This is Anderson Penn's podcast, episode 239 for Wednesday, August 9th, 2017. This is Brian.
This is Lisa. Are you sure it's number 239?
I don't know anymore. I think so.
Episode 12,022.
I'm just going to start doing every episode from here on out is going to be some random number generated by the random number generator. And we're just going to do it that way.
Well, that'd be
And
different.
then people will listen
People
to it in
will be very
order.
confused. Very confused.
We'll be talking about the DC
Right.
Penn show, and it occurred 70 years ago.
So, DC Penn show.
Hey, nice segue.
Oh my God. New hotel, new venue. I sort of like the ballroom. I thought there was better light than in the old hotel. I wasn't crazy about the one big ballroom and then a smaller kind of satellite room and people out on the side hallway. That was fine, but apparently a few people didn't have space, so they were going to put them in the hallway that ran behind the ballroom. I'm told that didn't go over well with some people.
I never actually got out there, so I don't know how bad of a position that was.
There are no words, I'm told.
Oh, okay.
So we arrived Thursday night, Thursday afternoon. We had a good drive. You know, this time of year, it's great to travel. There's really, with the exception of like occasional rain, there's really no risk of snow, sleet, ice, major traffic, etc. So that was fine. We got in Thursday afternoon. What did we do? I don't even remember. It's been so long already.
Well, we got in, and we went, and the ballroom was open.
Yes.
It was all set up, and there were dozens and dozens of people there.
Yeah, it looked busy. But apparently we couldn't set up that night, so we had to wait. That was a little challenging. But we had dinner with Stephen and
You're
Aziza.
completely glossing over the show.
Thursday night, didn't we have dinner with Stephen and Aziza?
We did, but
I'm not glossing over anything.
There were pens.
What did you see that you wanted? I was too busy. When I saw Aziza, I did what I said I was going to do. I screamed. I think I shattered one of her eardrums, and people all the way across the ballroom looked up. So I did what I said I was going to do. But oh my God, it was so good to see them.
It was. We hadn't seen
I cried
about 5
when they
years
left.
probably. So.
It was 5 years since we saw Stephen, and that was the DC show where he and Eric dressed up in tuxes and walked around, looking dashing and debonair. And it was awesome to see them. I just couldn't stop hugging her. So it was great. But we had dinner with them.
Yes.
And what pens did you see?
Well,
I was too busy running over to Stephen and Aziza.
I was
what were you
making
doing?
my way up. We saw Jessica there, and just in front of Jessica happened to be our good friends Ed and Mike Madison from Independence. And as I'm making my way, I see them on the other end of the ballroom.
Okay.
And so I go out to the outer aisle, and I see our good friend Jimmy.
I hate Jimmy.
And Suzanne. And
I love Jimmy.
He's got
to stop bringing pens for you.
He's got a couple of binders, and the first thing I notice, I look down, there it is, King of Pen Mosaic in gray.
See, you're not supposed to say it because now some evil person out there is going to go buy it.
No, actually, no, Jimmy didn't have it. No, it was the guy next to Jimmy. Anyway, he had it. He had King of Pen Makie. He had Shitsugi. He had, no.
I'm just checking.
It's not in there. It's not in there. Really, really good stuff. I did get to see the limited edition, the Lion, which had the rod and cap and the Makie lion on the barrel. It was really a much nicer looking pen in person than I think than the pictures we got. It was quite a lovely looking pen.
Did you put a down payment?
No.
Okay,
He actually
good,
that pen was sold, but he did. There were only 38 of that pen, and he had it, so that was sold. But no, I did not buy the pen from Jimmy. And,
Okay.
I did not even get a chance to go look and see if he sold it over the weekend. So.
Okay.
But I was stopped halfway to getting to see Aziza and Stephen. And of course, Stephen is wearing this yellow and green.
It's green, purple, and dark yellow. Harlequin pattern, suit coat, suit pants, and tie.
He's a brave man.
He's very difficult to miss. And he wore it often during the show, so he was very easy to spot.
I said he bought it because the pocket was so deep you could put a
Yes, it was huge.
King of Pen in
It was
there,
huge. Awesome to see them.
So anyway, we had dinner with them
Thursday
on
night.
Thursday night, and that was awesome. The food at the hotel was actually very good, as far as hotels are concerned.
They had a couple pen show specials, so you could do a buffet for a certain price that was actually quite good and a decent value, and the dessert was really good. Our one splurge. But yeah, it was just really good to just sit and chat and get caught up on everything they're doing and their move back to Canada, and it was really good. Yep. And then Friday morning, those of you who are looking for us to give you the dirt on Friday morning, we're going to disappoint you. I think that our advantage is that we are very close to a number of people who organize pen shows. We are good friends with Scott and Eric, who do Philly, with Terry Mayhorter, who organizes Raleigh and Columbus. We're good friends with Ed Capizzi of Denver. So I think our advantage is we understand a little bit better some of the chaos and drama that goes on behind the scenes. And while we certainly were frustrated that many of us were lined up at a little after 8, and at 9:15 we were still waiting to go in, and it was a bit disorganized and chaotic. There were several people who were steaming and threatening and, I mean, just angry and bordering on scary.
Yeah, it was
mad.
kind of almost a mob.
Almost a riot, yeah.
Which is funny considering this is all supposed to be fun.
Yeah. We were kind of tucked away in a corner. We were like third or fourth back in line. Eventually, many of us were led into a side hallway because everyone was blocking the elevators and hallway access. And from there, from that side room, they started to call names. And I will say we were very, very lucky. And I'm very grateful that we were called so early. And it was not even 9:30 when we took our first load of stuff into the main ballroom where our tables were. It seemed like the setup from the old show.
It looked exactly like it.
Was very much in place in the new hotel. Instead of T-boning into Jimmy, we were with Visconti and Monomoy Marketing, but we had the same neighbors across from us and behind us as we normally do. So a lot of that felt familiar. And we just have to give a shout out to our amazing roadies. I've always joked I wanted roadies. We had between 6 and 8 people at any given time helping us. It was Brian and myself, and then Stephen, Aziza, their friend.
Oh, their friend.
Janelle.
Yep.
Janine Scribbles, and Mike Madison, Jessica Coles, and Steph were all there helping. And part of the time, Phil and Ashley were there. And for those of you who don't know Phil, he's about 12 feet tall. And so when we got to the top of the grid, none of us could reach in the back. So he's just like, yeah, I got that. And he just reaches over from across the room, plugs in the extra grid connectors, and we were set up faster than we've ever been before.
Yeah, we were set up.
We need to keep this team.
We were functional within an hour and a half. We were transacting business. I mean,
Yeah,
it was
really
normally it's 4 hours.
With just us?
4 to 5 hours, and it was.
Great.
I kept looking around, and it was just things were just happening, and
it was wonderful.
everybody just pitched in, and it was awesome. So
Super.
Really appreciate all the help that we had.
Big shout out to all of our helpers. That was just
very fortunate.
Terrific.
Yep.
It was really kind of interesting because many of them had never done anything related to a pen show before. Stephen and Aziza have been to shows, but they'd never been behind the table or done anything in the way of setting up for a show. And Mike and Steph have worked for us, and Steph has helped pack up afterward. But it was really amazing. Everybody just kept saying, okay, what do you need now? Give me another box. I'm done with this. And
nobody's ever helped us set up before.
Yeah. So just, take this box, empty it, put it in there somehow. I'll fix it later.
So they're trained now.
Yes. It's awesome.
But
That was just great. Friday was busy. We looked at our numbers from the last couple years, and Fridays are generally slower, but they're not bad. This was busy.
Yeah, despite all the chaos that happened before in that morning, what it all boils down to is still a pen show, and people are there to look at pens, to talk pens, and that's what happened. So people were there, they were excited. There was energy in the air, and it was just.
It was a good day.
It was good, yeah. And then because we all knew it was going to be crazy up until the point where you got your table. But once you got your table, it was going to be a regular show.
Yep.
So, and that's just exactly how it was.
And then Friday after the show, we went to dinner with the world's most amazing group of people.
Yeah, I think so.
We went to dinner with Shuzhen from Tasha, Larry Kiak from Atoya, Scott Hammer, our beloved sales rep, and his awesome 10-year-old son, Mitchell, who I want to adopt. Dude is quite the foodie. Oh my God. And then, this was such a treat. Some of you may remember that last month we had a visit from the president of Sailor Japan and two of his associates. And one of them was Mr. Yasui, who is in the export division and also functioned as their interpreter. And I kept looking over near the elevator when we were waiting in line at this young man, and I kept thinking, I know him from somewhere. And at one point, it kind of flashed across my head that it sort of looked like Mr. Yasui, but it can't be him because he's in Japan and this is DC. And I ran upstairs to get something that we'd forgotten in our room, and I came down, and Brian said, "Hey, Mr. Yasui is here."
So
that was such a pleasant surprise that we had also Mr. Yasui and two other guests from Japan to come to the show, one of whom was from
Nakabayashi.
Oh my God, awesome paper.
Which was fun. It was fun to talk paper, and the other gentleman was also from Sailor Japan. So we had a great dinner at the Peking.
The Peking Inn.
Peking Inn, yeah.
Getting there was major drama with construction. Or apparently, a tree had fallen on a line, and so the road was blocked off. But you couldn't seem to get there from where we were, so there was a little bit of New York driving going on.
But everybody had that problem. But getting there, if you haven't been to that place, you need to put it on the agenda. That place is awesome.
Do not eat for 2 days beforehand.
It's fantastic.
So much food.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So that was, we got back, we were stuffed to the gills, we were exhausted from a long day, and we just passed out.
Yeah, and Saturday it's the big day, right, on most shows, and Saturday was completely insane. It's the
what's more than insane?
I don't know. It was the craziest, I think maybe the craziest day I've ever seen at a pen show. It was nonstop from 9 o'clock in the morning until 5 o'clock.
Yes.
And it was, usually there's some lulls and people go off for lunch or whatever.
There was no lull.
There was no lull the entire day. There were people everywhere, and there was a buzz in the room. It was loud, and
even in LA, you get highs and lows.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there was no low.
No,
I think we finally had 3 bites of a sub that someone brought in.
You had 3 bites? I opened mine up, put it on the chair, and that's where it sat the remainder of the day.
It was nuts, and we are incredibly blessed that we had Steph and Mike there with us. And when did Steph get hurt?
That morning.
So Saturday.
Yeah.
So Friday, our friend Steph was fine. Saturday, she was later coming down to the table because apparently something had gone on with her eye, so she came down with this eye patch. So no, I didn't do it, I swear. I know I'm uncoordinated and I'm always bumping into people, but I swear I didn't elbow stuff. Saturday was also kind of fun for us because all 4 of us wore matching plaid shirts. And
there are pictures out there.
There are pictures.
I will buy them, $5 a piece.
It was so much fun. The backstory is our friend Mike always wears plaid. Brian's not a huge plaid guy, and we've joked for a couple years that one of these days Brian's going to show up in plaid. So last year we bought matching plaid shirts for Brian and Mike, and they wore them on Saturday at the DC show. And Steph had said to us, I've got a couple plaid shirts. I could have brought one of mine. And so we decided last year that we were all for going to wear matching plaid, and we did, and it made a statement.
It was fun, actually.
I don't know what it said, but we made a statement.
Well, you go to the table with the people in plaid, so. Because last year it was like you go to the guys that are, the two guys in green plaid with glasses that are, balding on the top, and they didn't know which one it was. So this time we had 4 people in plaid. It was
fun. A couple of people asked if we had done it, like, did you know everybody was going to wear them? And yes, it was intentional. The odds of that are astronomical. But our thought process was, you got to have fun. And what's more fun than 4 people in plaid at a pet show table? Yep. So it was, a lot of people commented.
So that was Saturday. I mean, we saw some cool pens. I had a gentleman come up to me at the table with
I didn't see anything.
More safety overlay, killer pen. Oh my goodness. Not for sale, but was asking me about it. Nice looking pen. I mean, I saw all sorts of things. So I saw an old Shalana, which you probably used to have. Somebody brought that up, but
I didn't see anything. I just looked down and looked up. It was crazy.
Yep. Sunday.
What did we do Saturday night?
We went to the hotel.
We went to the hotel bar. We ate and we went to sleep. Sunday. Typical Sunday at a show is generally a little bit lighter. It's a good opportunity to visit with each other for vendors. For attendees, it's a good opportunity to shop without it being too crowded.
Yeah, it's a little more casual.
I like Sundays.
Yep.
I like Sundays a lot. It was still very busy, but more of a typical Sunday, ebb and flow. And we did get out a couple times.
Yeah, mostly in the morning. We got to try it out and get out and see some of our vendors, and stock up on some certain things. But
we picked up some cool new stuff that we'll be talking about later.
Yeah, soon. We did get to see a couple other people while we were there that morning. I know you had spoken with David Oscarson prior to it. It was my first chance to see him and his new koi. Which is really a killer looking pen. Nice to see it in person. It's beautiful. He does beautiful work, and
I'm a little worried.
No, don't be worried. Don't be worried.
No, but David is just the world's biggest sweetheart, and he brought his oldest daughter to the show with him. So it was nice to meet Alex in person, and we just had a good chat.
Anybody else you want to mention that we?
I feel bad. I really didn't see too many of the vendors much, and I have to admit it was just so crazy. I don't even remember who was there. Eleanor was there. We saw Eleanor.
Yep. Everybody was asking where Eric was.
It's my fault. I told him there wasn't room in the car, so blame me. I'll take that one. But it was almost unpleasantly busy because you just are your brain is just shot and you don't get a chance to get out and chit chat. I waved to a couple people, from across the ballroom, and that was about it. We got to see our friends Harry and Julie Shubin.
You saw them.
Harry's hard to miss. He's always wearing a cat shirt.
I wanted to talk to him, and I saw him over there, and I just never got a chance to. I mean, he was standing in front of you, but
that way because you're going to talk expensive watches, and I kiboshed that. So,
all right.
Let's see. We're bringing new stuff home. We brought new stuff to the show. We got stuff in while we were gone. I feel like we've been gone for 2 weeks. It's crazy.
Lots of good stuff, but we have some cool stuff to talk about.
We do. You go.
Right off the bat, Montblanc Rouge et Noir, fountain pen in brown just came in, and we got the ballpoint for some reason like a week or two earlier than the fountain pen, but the big reception on that pen at the show. A lot of people picked it up. It's really a attractive looking pen. It's almost I almost like it better than like the coral. I mean, the black is nice, but the brown
was cool.
The brown's really got a little bit of both in there, I think.
I was surprised I liked it as much as I do. Brown brown done poorly can just be really boring and flat. This is
It's
really...
a tough. Brown's a tough color because you either love it or you hate it, and this one does have the imprint that is on the side of the pen that's filled in. It's got that gold trim on it. It looks nice.
I thought they did a good job.
Yeah.
So it was nice to get that in.
So is that, and we've got Faber-Castell Looms, the new gunmetal.
These are cool.
The matte and the shiny are in, and
which one do you like better?
yeah, I don't know. I think they're cool. They look kind of similar, but they're good looking. It's nice to see an addition to a lineup instead of just adding something.
Yeah.
So I like these two. I think they're going to be popular. Unfortunately, they came in while we were gone, so we didn't have them at the show. But we will take them to San Francisco.
Yes.
But they're nice looking pens.
Okay. Also recently in the Faber-Castell Perfect Pencil. That's really cool. We've looked at this for a while and finally brought it in.
It's the inexpensive version.
Yes, the inexpensive version.
It's not the $45 version. It's not the $500 version. This is the $10 version or whatever it is. But, nice way to keep your pencil. Not only you've always got a sharpener and you've got an eraser, but you don't have to worry about your pencil breaking. It's all right there.
Yep. Very cool. We also got in, while we were gone, the Graf von Faber-Castell bottled ink in electric pink and turquoise. And we'd gotten in the the cartridges earlier, but I'm going to hold up swabs of the turquoise and the electric pink. If you like hot pink, this is your color. Holy cow, it's bright.
Yeah, that's bright.
It's pretty. It's dark bright.
Okay.
The turquoise.
Dark bright.
You mocking me? I still haven't gotten much sleep yet.
You got 12,
I need more than,
you got 12 hours
I need more
Monday
than
night.
2 days in my own bed. Thank you. I like the turquoise
Turquoise
a
is
lot.
nice. It's nice. Yep. I like the turquoise.
And those go with the burned orange that we got in last week or 2 weeks ago. So nice to have 3 new colors in that lineup. Great, great ink. One thing we should talk about, things going away, the TWSBI Eco in turquoise. We got them in time for the DC show, took a bunch to the show, pretty much sold out, and we are waiting to find out if there are any more coming in that we can purchase. It sounded like
I think the answer is no.
probably not. So if you got one at the show, good for you. But with all of those limited edition colors, Philip says it's pretty much one order per retailer and done. Yep. Because they're just making small batches. They get them in, they sell them, they're gone. The other thing that is on the way out is the really cool Retro 51 Tiki Kona. So if you haven't gotten it yet, we have a couple left. Grab those.
All right. A week from today, Wednesday, August 16th, 7 p.m. is this
Pen
month's Appleton Pen Club meeting. So if y'all are in the area, do stop by, 7 p.m. The topic is going to be Sailor, so that should be fun. Pens, inks, all sorts of good stuff. But just note, it's Wednesday, not Thursday. We switched it to Wednesday because there were some people who couldn't make the Thursday. But hopefully we'll be able to get a better group of people coming in, or not a better group, a bigger group of people on Wednesday. So week from today.
And in a couple weeks, we will be getting ready to go to the San Francisco Pen Show. And so we will go drive 2 days to get there, spend 3 days there, drive 2 days home, and then probably just collapse for about 3 days.
I'm excited. I like San Francisco show. Our good friend Jason's there, and he's going to be helping us out at the table.
That'd be awesome.
That guy knows his stuff, so it's always good to have.
I don't like him. I don't like him at all.
Him.
I don't. He's
great.
always showing you new stuff
I know,
that you want. No, I love Jason.
No, he's
but
awesome.
He's always showing you things, and you're drooling, and you're like, "Oh, did you see that
He's
pen
a
Jason
big
has?"
he's a big Japanese fan, so it's he'll be
I don't
he'll
like
be
anybody
joining.
who tempts you.
He'll be joining me on my side of the table, and we'll be talking Japanese pens at the show. So
Yeah,
it'll
I'm
be
sure
fun.
we will.
So a couple weeks.
We do have a question.
A question.
Yes, I guess we're getting back into the Karnak question of the week.
So Karnak did the answer first.
You really want to mess with me?
No, I don't. I don't really.
All right, so the question of the week, which apparently came in via social media, I believe. This is kind of fun.
Oh, it's a big print.
So I can see it without my reading glasses. So someone wrote in, are shimmering inks safe to use in fountain pens? I think this was posted after we had done our new our new
1798?
Herbin 1798 Amethyst ink. The short answer is yes. The long answer is yes. Shimmering inks tend to work better in broader nibs, right?
Yes. The broader the nib, the more effect you're going to get.
Yes. The microparticles are super tiny, but they can clog. So if you've got an extra fine or even a fine nib and you don't do a lot of writing with it and you let it sit, you do have to kind of gently rotate it, either roll it or just kind of tip it. I always say lava lamp versus martini or margarita, but it takes a little bit more maintenance, a little bit more, not necessarily care, but consciousness.
If you're going to leave it in there,
yeah,
clean it out.
Clean it out, or just be sure to just give it a little, not a shake, because then you can get bubbles or you'll end up with ink in your cap, but just a little rotation to get those particles filtered back in.
So.
All
right. Is there anything else this week?
I think that's it. We are finally pretty much unpacked, but not quite still recovered.
All right.
Yeah, that's it.
I think that's it for this week. Thanks so much for joining us. Tune in next week for more talk about pens, ink, and paper.
Send in a question of the week if you have a question that you'd like to have answered or just something that's puzzling you. And follow our blog for news, ink reviews, all sorts of cool videos, and follow us on social media as Anderson Pens.
Have a great day, everyone.
Bye.